the radius of a cone is increased from 10 centimeters to 10.3 centimeters. Given that the height is constant, determine the percentage increase in its volume. So what we're going to do here is to come up with a formula for the volume of a cone. Let's see how we get started. So the volume of a cone is given by the formula volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. So now we need to find the number of things that you need to find in this particular question. If you look at the question itself, it says determine the percentage increase. So the focus of a question is the percentage increase. So I want to determine the percentage increase in its volume. That's the key point here, in its volume. So what we're going to do here is to find, first of all, before doing that, we need to find the rate of change of volume, and that's what we want to find here. So the rate of change of the volume, that's what we're going to do. So of course with respect to r, so we're going to say the dv dr. So the rate of change of volume with respect to r will be dv dr, and this will give us if we find the derivative of this formula, we'll find 2 multiplied by 1/3, and we're going to have 2/3 pi r h. Remember, h is constant. Once this is done, we see that the dv dr, or the rate of change of volume, is given by 2/3 pi r h. Once this is done, we move on to another aspect. We need to find change in volume. So the formula for change in volume is given by this formula. Change in volume is given by the formula dv dr, or the rate of change of volume with respect to r, where r is k, take note, which has to be multiplied by the rate of change of r, or change in r. So this is a very important formula that we have. Now remember what you want. Want to find the change in volume. So then we're going to say change in volume is given by, where we have the dv dr, as you're able to see here, we'll see the dv dr, we'll put 2/3 pi r h. Okay, so here we're going to put 2/3, okay, times pi times r times h. Take note. That's what we're going to do here. And of course, here we know to say r is actually the constant, which is k. So we're also going to multiply here times change in r. Now, what is change in r? It's important, I must be quick to mention here that change in volume is given by the formula dv dr, where r is the constant, take note, times change in r. Now, it's also important to take note of this very important formula, very, very important formula, where we need to know what change in r actually is. Let's see what change in r is. So change in r is basically the change in radius. We see that the radius was increased from 10 centimeters to 10.3 centimeters. So the difference here, the change in r here will be 10.3 minus the original, which is 10, and you see that change in R will equal to 0.3. So this 0.3 is what we put where we see the change in R. With that in mind, we also know here to say the R itself, the R is basically the difference, is basically the original R, which is 10 centimeters, remember. So where we see the R, we put the 10, and where we see the change in R, we are going to put the 0.3. Where? In this particular formula. Let's see how we get going. So change in volume is given by the dVdr, which is 2/3, times pi, times R, we know R is 10, times H is constant, times change in R, we know it's 0.3. Once this is done, we simplify this further. Change in volume is going to have 3 into 3 is 1, 3 into 0 is 0, 3 into 3 is 1. So when you multiply 10 by this, you have 1, 1 by 2 is 2. So here we see that 3 into 3 is 1, 3 into 0.3 is going 0.1. Now if you multiply 0.1 times 10, we have 1, 1 by 2 is 2. So here you have 2 pi h, correct? Take note, this is change in volume. Okay, that's what you do. The next thing you do here is to now find the percentage change, which is the final part. Remember, the question is about determining the percentage change, or simply put, the percentage increase in its volume. So now we are saying percentage increase or simply put, percentage change, percentage increase, therefore, is given by the formula change in volume over the volume of the cone times 100%. Once this is done, we further say change in volume is given by 2 pi h all over the volume. Remember the formula? The volume is 1/3 pi r squared h. So we have 1/3 pi r squared h. But of course we know to say this times 100 here. We go further. If you simplify this, you're going to have 2 pi h is being divided by 1 times pi r squared h, will have pi r squared h, everything divided by 3. But of course we know to say everything is to be multiplied by 100. Once this is done, we see that we have 2 pi h being multiplied by 3 over pi r squared h. If you simplify this further, we're going to have the pi and the pi will cancel, the h and the h will cancel, so we have 2 by 3 is 6, so here we're going to have 6 over r squared times 100. This can be simplified as 6 times 100 is 600 all over r squared. Now the question is, what is r? Remember, our r is 10. So where we see r, we simply substitute and put 10. So this will be 600 all over 10 squared, which we know it will be 100. Once this is done, you divide 100 into 600. It goes 6 times. Therefore, the percentage increase in volume is 6%. And this is the answer. Thank you for your time. and see you in my next video. This has been Professor Hansilka. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your time to watch how this question is gone about. Thank you.